Today I'm going to be making two videos. The first video will show you how to integrate a Roland SPD-SX into a Roland TD-30 so that you can hear both devices through your headphones while you play like this. And the second video will be how to record the entire setup to your computer. I'll be going through both audio and MIDI methods to do this. This video will just be showing you how to integrate. If you already know how to integrate and you just want to see how to record, then go down to the description of this video and you'll see a link to the second video, which will be about recording. But for now, this video is just going to be integration. So let's say you're only interested in hearing the sounds of the Roland SPD-SX through your headphones while you play. All you have to do in that case is connect a 1/4-inch stereo patch cable from the phones out of the SPD-SX into the mix-in of the TD-30. Make sure that the patch cable has 2 rings on it, indicating that it's a stereo cable. That way you'll hear through your right and left ears. If the patch cable only has 1 ring, you're only going to hear through 1 ear, which is no good. This setup is the easiest. It's perfect for just jamming and even playing live. Like for example, my old cover band wanted to play a Bruno Mars song, so I uploaded those specific sounds from that song to the SPD-SX, which were these. And then while we were gigging, I could add those into our song, which sounded like this. And then you can also, of course, use the manufacturer pre-uploaded sounds, which are all pretty cool. You know, there's some good ones. But that's the simplest method, just a patch cable from here to here. That's all you need. But let's talk MIDI. Say you want a specific pad on this SPD-SX to have a specific sound. So let's say I wanted to extend my Roland kit to have more sounds, right? So for example, I have my snare here, but let's say I wanted my snare here as well, so that I could play a cool 16th note beat. You can do that too. What you need is a MIDI cable. Connect the MIDI cable to the MIDI out of the SPD-SX, and then connect it to the MIDI in of the TD-30. Now, if I want to customize these pads to have whatever I want them to be, let's just, for example, we'll do the snare. So I want this pad to turn into a snare. So the way to do that is on the SPD-SX, click Menu, Setup, MIDI. Now change the global channel to 11. Now go to the TD-30 and click Setup. Navigate to MIDI. Under MIDI channel, go to Percussion and change the channel to 11 because we're going to match the channel on the SPD-SX. And now these are synced up, so you can start customizing these pads. So what we're going to do, hit the pad that you want to change and click Menu, Kit, and then MIDI. So hit it again. Check out the MIDI note, number 68 there. If I hit the pad to the left, 67. Well, we're going to go 68. So that is the MIDI note that we will be changing in the TD-30. Now let's go to the TD-30. Click USB/PTN, and then click Part, and then click Percussion. That's what we previously changed to channel 11. Click that and click Edit. Now you got to navigate to the MIDI note number of the pad, which was 68. So you can see I'm beside 68 here. And I'm gonna change this by scrolling to the sound that I want. So you'll see as I'm scrolling, the sounds will now change on the pad.
Yeah.
Right? And I want it to be a snare in this case, but I can make it anything I want, but just for simplicity, I'm gonna make it a snare, which from previous knowledge, I know that that's number 224. So I'm gonna scroll all the way to 224. And here we go. Now you can hear it's a snare. So now I have 2 snares, and I could do a cool 16th note beat if I wanted to. So the SPD-SX can be an extension of the TD-30. I could make more cymbals, more toms, different snares, different sounding snares, anything I want. So what you've just seen is the first method I showed you, which was the patch cable, audio signal, very basic. You're just gonna hear what's already uploaded on the SPD-SX. The second method was that MIDI cable going from the SPD-SX into the TD-30 as well, where you can then customize all these pads to sound however you want.